was just about ready to say good morning, but then I realized a lot of you see this and it's not morning, even though it is for me when I'm filming. First and foremost, I wanted to thank those of you that responded to my last video, offered some insight, opinion, and comments. It's greatly appreciated. I think I was still feeling a little down because of the negative comment I had a week ago or so. And also, I think because my basic type A personality, I'm just not advancing as far as I would like. But I came on today because I wanted to share with you my thoughts about positive versus negative. Yesterday, I attended a service awards luncheon. I was being honored amongst many others for 5 years of service with this part-time retirement job. Beautiful luncheon. And I almost didn't go because I was a little miffed at some of the things the company's doing. But I thought, no, that's ridiculous. Why would you not attend? So I went, had a lovely time. And seated next to me at the luncheon was a gentleman that works in our department, and he appeared to be so angry the entire luncheon. First of all, he was not dressed appropriately. He was assigned to a different table, but then moved over to sit next to me for whatever reason, I don't know. And I'm not disparaging him. I like him, we get along. Is he somebody I would choose to socialize with outside of work? More than likely not. But we do get along. We talk politics, and he's very witty. He offends some of the other ladies with his comments, but I have a very bawdy sense of humor, so I'm never offended. But yesterday, it just seemed to me, he started off with, how long is this thing going to last? And I thought, well, you got the invitation. It says right on there. And the way you're talking, sounds like you don't want to be here. Nobody forced you, so if you don't want to be here, why'd you come? And it kind of continued, and it continued, and he tried to talk about one of the other ladies in our department, and it was very difficult. I did not want to comment back when he was talking about somebody else because I happen to like this lady quite a bit, and there was no need for me to say anything negative. I was trying to make small talk with him, and I said to him, I understand you passed your test. And with this company, in order to go into management, you have to pass a qualifying test. And he said, yes. And I said, oh, that's good. So what happens now? He goes, I don't know. That's up to them. Now, my experience after 5 years, that's really not the way it works. They coordinate with you, and you put in your area, or whether you want to advance in that department or go to another department. So I was a little thrown off kilter when he said that. And he said, you know, I've passed a test twice when I worked in the deli. Well, this gentleman, who I believe is about 52, has worked for the company for 10 years. He started out in produce. Then for whatever reason, I understand, he went to the deli. He worked there for a number of years, and now he's in the bakery. He doesn't seem to be very happy when he's at work. I only work with him a limited amount. And I knew him previous. I mean, I would chat with him outside before I came to work in my department, but he doesn't seem very happy. He spends excessive amounts of money on scratch-off tickets, and he's always got a wad of cash saying he's won. And I'm not saying he hasn't. And one day I said, are you independently wealthy? And he goes, well, yes. And he shared with me, whether it's true, I don't know, but I have no reason not to believe him, that he's heir to a large company. And I know the name, I know the company, I know what they produce because it's in the craft line. Anyway, I'm thinking to myself, and I have often thought this, well, if you don't need to work, and you don't like what you do, and you don't like the people you work with, why are you doing this? And I left the luncheon yesterday. I had a fabulous time. I didn't let his negativity ruin it for me, but I couldn't help but think all evening, wow, you know, he didn't come to the luncheon dressed appropriately, and that's okay. I mean, that doesn't make any difference. But he was not cordial with anybody. He was actually downright rude to what I would say were the managers around. And we had several sitting at our table. And I thought, if you are wanting to be promoted, number one, you have to play the part, you have to look the part, and not that you have to kiss butt, but anybody that's been in management, there is a certain amount of Kool-Aid you have to drink, and you have to buy into it, because you are supposed to lead and inspire others. And I couldn't help but think, you're just sabotaging yourself. Why are you so unhappy? And all I could do was come to the conclusion, this is really one very unhappy person. Now, why? I don't know. The subject came up during the luncheon. My immediate store manager was talking to me about how long I had been married, and I said, when my husband passed away, we were just shy of our 36th wedding anniversary, and this gentleman said to me, well, I made it to 17, and I know he's divorced. So I thought, well, that's pretty good. And I'm wondering, when I came home, I was thinking, well, is this the reason? Because he's just a negative person? But it's so contrary to my beliefs. And not that there's anything wrong with being negative. I've been negative for the last week. Things got me down, and I was looking at everything with a negative viewpoint. And you can't do that in life. And if nobody learns anything from this, but the one thing is, negativity breeds negativity. If you want to look at how everything is bad, that's all you're ever going to see. If you want to look at the positive side of things, and we all have bad things and tragic things happen in our life. Vehicles break down, appliances break down, we don't have enough money, people pass away. But there is a bright side to everything. We may not see it at the time, but if we look for it, we can find it. Even when you meet people you don't care for, such as this gentleman that I was sitting next to yesterday. Would I pick him out in a crowd to be my friend? Probably not. But I have found that if I look for something, we're all made in God's image. I will find one thing I like about everybody. And in his case, he has a very witty sense of humor, and I understand it. And we also agree on politics, so I can have conversation with him and laugh with him. And I want so bad to say to him, do you realize you're sabotaging yourself? If you really do want to advance into management, you've got to get rid of this negativity. You can't lead others in a positive way if you're this negative, number one. And I also would like to say, why are you so unhappy? You appear to be very unhappy. I doubt that I can do this, and it's none of my business. But it did trouble me, and it just really made me think that, life is short. We have to make the best of it, and no one wants to be around grumpy, mean, angry people, and we all get that way at times, and we all have reasons to be, but it's so much easier if you can look for the good, look for the positive, and dwell on that rather than negative. So that's my message for the day. I hope you're all out there having a very positive day. I hope nothing negative comes across your path today or this week or the next month. But if it does, try and look at the reason and try and look at the positive side to it. And until I talk to you again, I hope you all stay safe, have a blessed day, and I love y'all. Thanks for watching.